It's Elise. I am here today to do the fish puppet workshop with you. Woohoo! I'm going to show you a little example of the kind of thing we'll be making. Here's my fish puppet that I made out of egg cartons, and as you can see by twisting the sticks, you can get like a good swimming movement. However, there's two versions to this workshop. One is with egg cartons, so if you have an egg carton, feel free to get that out. But today, because I don't have an egg carton just readily available for me, it's all about using what you can around the house, I'm just going to be using cardboard. So you can use whatever you want. I'll show you how to do the cardboard version today in addition to the egg carton one. But that's up to you. The other things you're gonna need are gonna be sticks. I have like little skewers here, but honestly, pretty much any little stick you can find is good. You're gonna need hot glue. I have my hot glue gun ready right there. You're gonna want paint or markers or whatever you want to use to decorate what you've got going on. And then you're gonna want some yarn of some sort, any kind of string. I have orange, it's just the one I grabbed out of my yarn bucket, but I have any color I can use. And I don't actually think the color really matters, because depending on how much you want to cover the string, you might not even see the string. Like, you can't even really see the string on this fish, can you? So let's get started. If you have an egg carton, what I'm gonna have you do is I'm just gonna have you cut out 6 little egg, the little divots, I guess you would call them, that the eggs go in, the little egg holders. As you can see, if I separate it, I've used 6 separate ones. So just cut those out, and then for the people who are using cardboard like me, it's going to take a little bit longer because there's some extra steps. So essentially, because we are connecting these 2 sticks by a string in the middle, and then we're going to be covering the string with the cardboard, we want to make sure that we have duplicate pieces. So we're going to be, pasting these pieces together. Let's pretend this is like one big piece. The string's going to go in the middle, and then we're going to want to have both sides decorated. So for this one, you're going to need to cut out about 12 pieces, but that should go pretty fast because it's easier to cut out, cut it out of thin cardboard than it is egg carton. So what I'm going to do is, so you're going to want 6 pieces, or 5, more like 5 pieces for that body. See how I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you're going to want a piece for the head. So if you want your pieces to be different for the head, then of course you're going to need a little fishtail piece too. You can do whatever you want. You can decorate it however you like. So what I'm going to do, because these pieces are pretty close to being identical, I'm going to line them up, and then I'm going to draw my shapes. And then also today is going to be one of those days where I ask you what color you want me to make the fish. So you can throw a color into the comments, I'll see it, and that's the color I will make the fish. You can also say multiple colors, I don't know. Just don't do rainbow, because then I have to squirt out a bunch of paint, and then it's a lot of work. So anyways, I'm gonna trace onto my cardboard what shapes I want now. And I'm trying to make the body pieces identical pretty much. I'm gonna kind of do like a crescent moon shape almost, because that's kind of I don't know, I think that's what works. You know what I can actually do? Erase that real quick. If I'm doing crescent moon shape, I don't actually need to put spaces in between the pieces. Let's see. I'll show you what I'm doing in just a second. Just broke the pencil. This is why I hate mechanical pencils. They're so convenient, but just so annoying sometimes. Alright, so see how what I've just done is I made like a little fish shape right there, kind of. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to draw the lines where I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to try to divide this into roughly 5 equal pieces. Again, if you don't get that, it's your puppet. I only did 5 or 6 because it's a good number. But I'm going to trace those out now. Let's see, I have 4 pieces. Oh, perfect, I did it into 6. Alright, so as you can see, I've now done, these little pieces, and now I'm going to cut them out. So I'm going to try to make sure this lines up. I can even tape it together just to make sure it doesn't shift on me while I'm cutting out that initial piece. And again, this is only the body part. I am saving some space on my cardboard for the head and the tail. So let me just me just cut that out real quick. Oh, I should have not. This is gonna be hard to cut out. I hate cutting thick cardboard with dull scissors. And then if you're working on an egg carton, you might be done by now with the kind of, you know, because I think it's a little bit faster to cut out an egg carton because you don't have to like really decide what you want your pieces to look like or anything. So if you've done that and you've cut out like, you know, a head shape and a tail shape too, you can just start painting. Like go ahead and go crazy, start decorating. All right, so now you can see I have this piece cut out, and I also have the blank side, or the blank other side. And now what I'm gonna do is as evenly as I can, again, I don't wanna, you know, shift them. I'm just gonna cut these into roughly 6 equal pieces. But then we're gonna end up with 12 pieces, right? Because 6 times 2, because you're getting double pieces right now, equals 12. See, math. Puppetry has math in it. Who would have thought? No one's commented a color yet, by the way. So again, you can pick the color of the fish that I'm doing. Wouldn't you want the rights to that? You could say 1 color, you could say 2. It's up to you. Somebody said orange with white stripes or black with green stripes. Let's do orange with white stripes because I have that orange string. So we'll make like a clownfish. Is that what they're called? Hurts my hands to start cutting cardboard after a while. Oh, and then I probably should have said this earlier, but it might help you to label the pieces just so you know which piece belongs with which. I may have just accidentally mixed them up now, which isn't super great, but because I've just let them like fall into the desk. But that's okay. I'll figure it out. So I'm just gonna place the pieces away. Oh, I think it's okay. They fell like roughly right next to each other. Again, all I'm doing is just like dividing these pieces. That. And now I've got 6 or 12. I keep saying 6. 12 pieces. And now I'm gonna do the head. So I'm just gonna take my piece of cardboard again, and I'm gonna draw a head shape. If we're doing a clownfish, what does a clownfish head look like? I don't know. I'm just gonna do a little fish head. I think their heads are pretty just like round. I'm gonna like draw a little fin up there too. I'm gonna take off this tape. That didn't really do much. Oh, don't come up here. My cat's trying to come up here. Ringo, no, please. All right, and then I'm gonna do a little tail shape too. All right, so now as you can see, I've done a head. You can barely see those pencil lines. The head is right here and the tail's right here. I'm just gonna cut those out really fast. This gives your hands a workout cutting cardboard. Ooh, there we go. Oh, Ringo, you're not supposed to be up here. You know that. Hold on, I'll kick him off in a second. I'm almost there. Oh, don't, okay, you can't walk across my computer. Oh, there we go. Bye-bye, buddy. He's very nosy. I think he likes the attention even more than I do. All right, I'm almost there, finishing out all of the hard cutting parts. Come on, just a little more. Ow, okay. And now I'm just gonna, I don't really need that fin part. All right, and I cut out a little head and tail shape, as you can see if I line them up correctly. So, all right, that kind of looks like a fish head and stuff. All right, so now it comes to the painting part. And if you are on, again, if you're using the egg carton right now, you would probably be a little bit ahead of us because it takes less time to cut out the little egg holders. So you can go on to painting it. If you want to see what I kind of did, I like did a slightly different color of like turquoise for every little like, you know, every little piece. So then I ended up with, you know, like a striped fish. So that's probably what I'm going to be doing now. So I'm going to get out my paint. My white. Ooh. These paintbrushes are dirty. Okay. Got a clean one, don't worry. I'm almost out of white paint. I probably should have done the black with green stripes, but this'll suffice. It'll be okay. There we go. And now it is time for painting. So again, you're gonna wanna make sure that you keep these pieces together, unless of course you want when the fish turns around to have it be alternating colors. It's kind of up to you, but I'm gonna keep them identical just for the sake of, I don't know, continuity. Let's see. So I'm painting the fish head right now. So I'm gonna make the fish head orange, right? Because that's kind of the more fun color. This might actually be even easier to do with just markers if you're a young one doing this. These markers are easy. I think the prettiness comes, well, the prettiness does come in the colors you give it, but also I think it's the shapes that you do. I did an orange fish last time too for my toy beater aquarium workshop. We like orange fishes here. But it wasn't a clownfish, it was just a regular goldfish. So there's a difference. So I'm gonna take my two pieces and I'm just gonna plop them down right there. And now, so I'm gonna lay them out, like as you can see in my dogs. I'm gonna lay them out in order of like the way I'm gonna put them onto the string. This one would go first. They don't have to be like the way you cut them out, because they're not really gonna like, woo. All right, so as you can see, I've done that. This actually is looking a little bit long, so I might even just take a piece or two out. You can kind of judge that with your eyes, like see how long it's gonna be. I'm trying to make a fish be only like, not very long. We don't want to waste a lot of time. All right, that looks good to me. And again, because I'm like only using a little bit of paint, this is gonna dry pretty fast. I hate like watching you or making you guys watch me just paint. Normally I'd have more fun with it if I wasn't doing a live workshop, you know? It's almost like I get stage fright. I'm like, oh, I just have to do it really fast. And I'm not painting the inside because we're just going to paste these right next to each other, and if we do it right, you're not going to see the color of the cardboard from the other side. Because again, like everything I use, like product boxes, like, I don't know, I think this one was a cracker box that I used. I have like this red underbelly, but that's okay. If you guys are making fish, you should comment what color you're making yours. I would love to hear. All right. And I am just going to paint my tail really quickly. I squirted out way too much paint. Do you see that? See that big glob? All right, there's that one. If I had more time, I would totally go back in and, like, you know, maybe paint some stripes on these or something. I might still do that. I probably have time. What time are we at? Halfway through? I got time. All right, now I'm gonna move on to the white. Looks like it's good, right? Hey, Ringo. Don't come up here. He's gonna come up here again, I guarantee you. Just got orange on the white. No. All right, done that. Go. Sorry, I always feel like this part is the most boring. One day I should do like a textures workshop, like show you how to make cool textures on things with paint. Like something I do a lot for just like paintings in general, but I could totally do this on a puppet, is like you'd use like really watery paint and then put some saran wrap over it and kind of like mess up the saran wrap and then let that sit for like a few minutes and peel it off, and then it makes like this really beautiful like crinkly texture. That would look really cool on a puppet like this. Yeah, we could just experiment with it. Even the different ways you stroke your paintbrush would have an effect on that. My hands are getting very messy. That's okay. Oh yeah, somebody just said, yes please, textures. I'll think about it. That would be a cool thing to include. All right, so now I have my drying pieces. I want to make sure I couldn't find my googly eyes. They like vanished from my desk because I swear there's a ghost that specifically haunts my desk and steals things from me. But what I'm gonna do is, let me match these pieces back up. Yeah, I'm just gonna paint some little eyeballs on it. I was all sad because I bought googly eyes like specifically so I could use them in these workshops. I just got paint from my hand right there. Whatever, that's maybe a unique marking. Happy mistakes, right? Oh, I'm getting it all over. I need to wash my hands. That's okay. Yeah, we're just gonna pretend it has white polka dots, right? I didn't just make a mistake. Please. I'm a professional workshop leader. I would never make a mistake. Yeah, okay, now I'm just gonna do like... So here's an interesting texture. I'm just taking my fingerprint and adding little dots all over. So it's like a speckled look. How about somebody tries that? Alright, so now I have that, and of course I'm just going to need, I'll let that dry, then I'll just use a Sharpie to color in the little eye hole. But now, I'm gonna, one second. Now I'm inspired. I want to add those little speckled dots all over the orange pieces too. So I'm just going to take my finger and lightly do that to everything. Ooh, it's dried really fast too. That's good. Ooh. Isn't it fun to just mess around with your hands and just like create fun things? Yeah, so sorry to whoever suggested orange with white stripes. Now it's going to be orange with white stripes and white dots. Mind blowing, I mean. Almost done. Okay. I'm just having fun right now. Alright, so now I've got some like a cool little texture. But this will all look really cool together, so that's the point. I'm gonna rub my hands together to make sure there's no more excess paint that's gonna add some unexpected surprises to this adventure today. Alright, I think I'm good. So I'm gonna get out the orange string because that's the closest thing that I had. And now the length of the string, really, it's kind of up to you. When I judged this, again, I said I kind of wanted a fish that was maybe like 5 inches long at most. So you can, I would cut your string just a little bit longer at first, and then you can kind of like play around with it and decide. So I'm gonna cut mine about like, probably about like 8 inches or so. I don't know, I can't really judge that. There we go, I'll put that up there. And you're gonna need your hot glue now, so get that ready. And now, so again, to kind of give you an idea of what we're gonna be doing. See how I kind of like have this space in between? We're gonna be attaching the strings here. We are just going to paste, like hot glue the pieces that we just made right onto the string. So then when you pull it tight, you can kind of like get this cool wiggly motion. It'll look better when I show you. I'll just show you now. And again, like if you end up realizing, so I'm gonna glue the string now. That might be a little bit premature, but you might end up realizing that like, you know, you wanted the string shorter or something. You can always just pull it off and redo it. All right. To hot glue that string on, this is like a helpful little trick so you don't burn your fingers. All I did was just put like a dot of hot glue on the edge and then lay the string down and just roll it right onto it. So now I got like a pretty, you know, a pretty sturdy knot right there. Ooh, come on, there we go. Try not to get it onto your surface though. That's probably not the best idea. All right, so now I have my 2 strings attached. Why is there always infinite hot glue strings coming off of my projects? All right, so now I have this, and I think the pieces are dry enough. Let me get my paint out of the way. So I can show you. I'm gonna lay this down. I need to make sure my pieces are out of the way first. And also, if you have an egg carton, sorry, I haven't really checked in with the egg carton peeps in a while. What you're gonna do is you're gonna now poke a hole. I'm gonna show you in the center of your egg carton. See how there's like, I stuck the string right through there, so you can do that now. I realized I probably should have told you this before, but you're gonna need to only glue one end with the egg carton, so then you can loop the string through and then glue it to the other end. But if you are doing the cardboard idea, you are going to want to do like both ends first. All right, so now I'm gonna lay this out. I'm trying to do it in a way that where you can best see. Maybe I'll do it. No, I don't want to do it upside down. That'll screw me up. There's totally gonna get paint everywhere in this. Let me angle this down just so you can see what I'm doing. So now I'm going to take. So the headpiece is gonna go onto the first stick, right? So I'm just gonna kind of like loosely place that there so you can see. And then you are going to want. I'm making my scales face like outwards. So I'm just gonna kind of like judge where I want it. Again, I'm gonna keep it pulled pretty tight. I forgot to add fins, I just realized. That's sad. Oh well. It doesn't need fins to swim, it needs us. It swims through the sticks. Alright. I'm doing alternating colors so we get that stripes look. Let's see. Again, I'm just doing this to make sure that I'm gonna have enough room. I might need to take one of these pieces out that I just painted, which would be sad, but I think I can fit them all in. Come on, scooch over. There you go. All right, so if you're doing the egg carton, you should have like poked holes in it by now and looped it all through. Hopefully. What am I doing? There we go. All right, so if you can see, I'm gonna angle it down one more time. You can see that I just kind of laid it out like that, and that's how we're gonna glue it down, right? So now that I have like this rough idea of how I want everything spaced out, I'm gonna angle that back up. What I'm going to do is for the pieces that are gonna sit like directly onto the string, so basically not the tail piece or the head piece, what you're gonna do is you are going to glue the top pieces together. I'll show you like so, or glue the tops of the pieces together. Just like that, what I just did. Just so we can make sure that they're aligned well, so you don't have to see that, you know, the ugly underside of the thing. I'm gonna do that with all my little pieces, but leave the head piece and the tail piece out of that. And if you're onto egg cartons, once you loop all the strings, or once you loop the string through all of the pieces, you're pretty much set. You just gotta glue the tail on, and I'll show you how to do that in a second. The issue with the cardboard, or not cardboard, the egg carton one is that it's like only a one-way fish, like you can't really turn it around too well, but this one you can. So that's why I also chose to do this one on the video. All right, so again, if you're at the egg carton, I'll just take a break and show you now. See how when you turn around, that's not super pretty. It's just like a one-way fish, but you're just gonna glue that string right onto that tail piece and stick it right on. So that's how you finish off that piece. But for this one, you can't really tell, but I like glued it in right at the tip, and then you have your finished fish. But I'm gonna finish up this cardboard one for everybody else with us. Yeah, if you're making an egg carton, you'll probably finish faster. Get over here. Again, I'm lining up the pieces so they're nice and equal. And I'm doing this for a reason, because then you're gonna slide it onto the actual string. Then you're gonna glue down the ends of this too. So the string will kind of sit like, it's gonna be tight, but it'll sit in between the two pieces. All right. So now we can put our head pieces on, and tail pieces. So all you're gonna do for that is you are just going to put hot glue right in the center of this piece. And you're just gonna glue it directly to the stick. I would say even right where that string is. And try to make sure it is, it's gonna be like directly parallel with that string. And then you can put glue on the other side and stick the head on there. The reason we're not gluing, what just happened to the head? The reason we're not gluing these two pieces together is because with the string and the stick, these pieces are never gonna be like lay flat against each other, but the string in the middle, it's gonna be stretched out enough so that it will fit. But it wouldn't fit here. So that's why we're doing this. All right, I'm just gonna glue this top pieces together. There we go. So as you can see, now we there we go. It's starting to come together. Uh-oh, I'm at my 30-minute mark. Don't worry, it's fast from here on out. I'm gonna place that. Oops, shift over slightly more. That glue gun is not long enough for this. Gonna adjust it so it looks good. All right, now for almost the moment of truth. So now, as you can see, I kind of have like, it's pretty stiff, so I'm just gonna slide that right over the string, or slide the string right between those pieces. You actually technically don't even have to glue those last two pieces together. It's kind of up to you, because as long as you put enough glue up here, it'll be okay and it will stay in place, because it'll be tight enough. So I'm not going to glue it together just for the sake of time, but we're almost there. This fish looks weird all the way up until it's done. I feel like that's a trend with my workshops. Come on, go on in there. There we go. No. That last piece. There we go. Just come off. Of course it did. 1 second, I have to add it slightly more. This is why you add enough glue the first time around. I don't have time, so I'm just going to slide that right on now. Ooh! Oh, come on. No hot glue strings here. If I can get this open, there you go. All right. And now I'm just going to adjust the pieces slightly. And again, I would glue those back down, but I don't feel like doing that right now. I'm going to add in pupils really, really fast, just so we can see the finished look. All right, and now for the moment of truth, we have a little fish puppet, and that can swim like this. Because you're doing this on a string, you have to keep the string pretty tight. You have to keep tension there. So unfortunately only the head and tail will be able to move, but I still think that's pretty cute. So and you can kind of, I don't know, maybe you can have it like swim like this or something. Maybe you could also make a snake puppet, I bet, right? So I hope you enjoyed this workshop. If you did this with us, we would love to see pictures. You can send it to us. There goes the paint. But I hope everyone has a great weekend. It's going to be like almost 100 degrees out if you live in Connecticut, so stay cool. Bye, everyone.